In this video, we'll show you exactly what to optimize in your Google Shopping campaigns. You'll learn the daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly optimization routine. It's the same process our team uses across every client account.
Okay, keep in mind guys, all the time periods we use in this video are going to be a guide. You should be optimizing your account when it actually needs it. These time periods that we're giving you here work for a new account with a modest budget. However, once you scale to $10,000 per day, the frequency is going to change. You're going to be optimizing a lot more, mainly because you have a lot more data to work with. First, daily checks. There are 4 things that we check every single day: merchant center, product statuses, billing issues, and impressions and clicks. Okay, let's go through each one in detail, starting with merchant center. The biggest thing we're watching for here is a suspension. If your account gets suspended, you'll see a red bar at the top of your dashboard. If you see that, don't panic. Yes, it means your shopping campaigns have stopped running, but Google suspends millions of accounts every year, and most store owners resolve it. We actually fix this for you, so I'll leave some links down below to get our help, but also some resources on how to fix it. The reason we check this every day is simple. Time matters. Every day your campaigns are down is money that you're not making. The second thing we want to check is the status of our products. We're looking for any disapprovals, which are indicated by a red circle exclamation mark, or warnings, which show up as orange exclamation marks in triangles. Product disapprovals are the most critical because those products won't be eligible to run in our campaigns. Just head to the Needs Attention tab under Products to review what fixes you may need to make. Now, we have a full tutorial on fixing product disapprovals. I'll leave a link to that video down below. Alright, the third thing we need to check is our Google Ads for any billing issues. Credit card failures and other billing issues happen far more often than most advertisers expect. And when they do, it's extremely disruptive to the growth of your campaigns. That's why this is a daily check, because you want to catch it fast. And so the final thing that we check, and this is whether our campaigns are getting impressions and clicks. There are plenty of things that can stop a campaign dead in its tracks. And Google won't send you a single notification about it, so you need to be the one catching it. Go to your Google Ads campaign dashboard and make sure that you're looking at impressions and clicks. You can look at the past 30 days, or you can just look at the past 7 days. You're looking for anything unusual in the graph. We also like to take a look at cost and conversions on a daily basis and see if there are any anomalies. Anything out of the order triggers us to look deeper into it and find a solution. Keep in mind there's always going to be variance in the data, but seeing an unusual break in a pattern can be an early red flag that saves your campaign and your sales. As you can see, these daily checks don't take long. They're there to make sure that nothing has gone seriously wrong in your account. Now let's look at the weekly optimizations. These are less about catching problems and more about making improvements. Some of these you actually will end up doing daily, for example, negative keyword mining, but weekly is the minimum. Here's what we do on a weekly basis: manual CPC bidding, negative keywords, search impression share, click share. The first thing we do, especially with a new campaign, is our manual CPC bidding adjustments. Every week we go through the same process that we walk through in our bidding section. You always want to evaluate your campaign based on 2 factors: how much revenue you've generated, your sales, and how much profit. That data tells you whether your bids need adjusting. The goal is to keep things moving in the right direction week after week. Now, if your account has a low volume of clicks, 1 week of data might not be enough to make a good decision. Take your time and don't rush it. The next thing that we do is our negative keyword mining. This means that we'll be combing through our search terms report. You can find it by clicking on your campaign, going to Insights and Reports, and then Search Terms. You're looking for words and searches that have nothing to do with what you sell. These are people who are never going to buy, and every click from them is money straight out of your pocket. This is one of the most powerful ways to cut waste and grow your profits over time. Make it a weekly habit and follow it exactly the way we walked through in the negative keyword section. Okay, now let's move on to checking our search impression share. This metric shows you how much of the available search traffic you're actually showing up for. If your budget is capped and your campaign is profitable, that's your signal to increase the budget. More budget means more clicks and usually more sales. We can find this by going to our campaign dashboard. We want to add data columns by going to Modify Columns, scrolling down to Competitive Metrics, and adding in Search Impression Share, Search Lost IS by rank, and Search Lost IS by budget. Search Impression Share tells you how much of the available traffic you're actually showing up for. So if your impression share is 30%, out of every 100 searches for your products, your ad only showed up 30 times. You're missing 70% of the market. So why are you missing it? That's what the next two metrics tell you. Search Lost IS by rank shows you how often your ad isn't showing because your ad rank is too low. Ad rank is how Google scores your ad in every auction. It looks at your bid, the quality of your product data, and your landing page. If this number is high, something in your setup needs work. Either your bids are too low or your product data isn't strong enough for Google to trust showing it. Search Lost IS by budget. This tells us how much our current budget cap may be holding us back from showing ads. The lower the percent, the better here. And lastly, click share. This is the percentage of people who click your ad when it's shown. So if it's 10%, that means every 1 out of 10 people who saw your ad clicked on it. We recommend keeping an eye on this weekly, maybe even bi-weekly, especially after you've made changes to your bidding or your product feed. You'll find it under competitive metrics in your campaign columns. So the key rule here is you want this number going up, not down. The higher it is, the more people are choosing your ad over everybody else's. Now keep in mind, in the first few weeks of your campaign, Google is still trying to figure out what your products are. So don't panic if these numbers look off early on. These metrics are based on your eligible impressions. And if Google doesn't fully understand your products yet, it doesn't know what searches you should be showing for. So the data won't be that meaningful straight away. Don't get caught up on this just yet. Wait until your campaign is running consistently. Your budget is being used up daily and you're profitable. That's when you look at these numbers and decide whether it's time to increase your budget and your scale. Okay, now let's look at what we do on a monthly basis. Product data optimizations. As we learn about how shoppers search for our products on Google, something important happens. We start to see exactly which product attributes we need to optimize and improve. This is something you need to stay hands-on with every month. It's not a set it and forget it task. So go back to the product feed optimization video we covered earlier. Work through it as you learn about how your customers are searching. Next up, product analysis audit. Every 30 to 90 days, go through all your products and identify where each one stands. You'll find that every product falls into one of 3 categories, what we call high performers, low performers, and zombies. We do this to identify 2 things: which products deserve to be pushed harder and which ones to cut before they eat any more budget with no returns. Let's start with your high performers. These are your products with consistent sales and a healthy ROAS. Your job here is to push them harder. If you're on manual CPC, bump their bids by 10 to 15%. If you're on smart bidding, make sure they're not being held back by a daily budget that's too small. To check this, go into your shopping campaign and click on Products. This shows you the performance of each product separately. For the time period, check the last 30 days, but we recommend waiting until you have 90 days of data. That way, you know the products have had enough traffic to actually judge them properly. What you're looking for is the product cost, conversions, cost per conversion, and conversion value over cost. Let's take this example. This product is priced at £105. In the last 30 days, it got 8 conversions, a cost per conversion of £9.18, 144 clicks, and a ROAS of 10.20. That means for every £1 spent on Google Ads, Google gave back £10.20 in revenue. That's a strong product. It's growing, it's profitable, and it has real potential to become a bestseller. Same goes for the one below it. Now, let's stop here. This product is £100, got 1 conversion in the last 30 days, cost £181.50 to run, a CPA of $112.57, 351 clicks, and a ROAS of 0.86. This means for every £1 spent, Google only gave it back 86 pence in revenue. So basically, it's losing money. Now, before you exclude a product like this, make sure that you've already gone back to your product page and fix it following best practices. We cover that step in our advanced module. The link for that is down below. If you've done that and it's still performing like this, that's a low performer that needs to be excluded. If a product has had 50 to 100 clicks over 90 days with no sales, or very low sales and a very high CPA, exclude it. It's eating your budget and giving you nothing back. That money shifts automatically toward your winners. Now, how you exclude it depends on how you segment your products. If you segment them by item ID, go into the product and exclude it directly. If you segment by brand, product type, or custom label, go back to your product group and click the plus icon next to it. Then subdivide by item ID and exclude the specific product from there. Okay, back to the example we checked earlier. If we scroll down, you can see products with 0 impressions. These are what we call zombie products. Google is basically just completely ignoring them. Now, don't write them off just yet. They might be great products that Google just hasn't given a real chance. What you do is you take them out of the original campaign and put them into their own separate campaign. They'll have their own budget that forces Google to actually show them. We've done this exact strategy for so many client accounts, store owners who are about to exclude these products completely, and we've seen them get really good results. Not the same as your best sellers, but extra revenue that just wasn't there before. Alright guys, let's now talk about what we do quarterly. This is where we zoom out and look at the bigger picture. We step back from the day-to-day and look at things that require a bit more data. The kind of improvements that you can only really see over a bigger period of time. This is where we play around with different time periods and metrics. We're looking for any trends or seasonality patterns that stand out. We'll also take this data into account with the time of year and also look at our Google Analytics data. We'll look for any trends or changes in things like bounce rates, conversion rates, among others. You never want to just focus your optimizations in your Google Ads account. Your website should never be considered finished. You should always be testing, optimizing, and improving it to increase your conversion rate over time. And finally, this is when we think about what's next. Are there any new campaigns worth launching to scale further? Things like PMAX or brand search? We go deeper on all of that in our advanced modules in this course. So once your standard shopping campaign is running profitably, that's where you head next. Alright guys, that's exactly what we optimize and when we optimize it in our shopping campaigns. Doing this regularly for your campaigns is going to really help you generate more sales and more profits every month. I'm going to leave a link to all the resources that we mentioned down below in the description. And if you want my team to help you scale your store to over 6 or 7 figures per month, with a proven system, no wasted budget, and clear transparency on what we're doing every month, book a strategy call with my team. I'll leave a link down below. We're going to look at your store and we'll show you exactly what we're going to do to scale it. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. Make sure to check out our other videos. This one here might be especially useful for you.